So the final topic that we must address when we are talking in an individual career counseling session is that of the careers. Once again, I am talking about this where I'm saying that education, skills, and careers, though being mentioned here separately for the sake of explanation, when we are counseling the students, they can be meshed up. We need to be aware that we have addressed all these 3 points. Now, when we talk about careers, what are the career aspirations that a student has? What does he want? What does the child aspire for? The kind of workspace that they are looking for? What interests them? What excites them? All of that. And which is the career which is closely linked to that is what we can offer as suggestions and options. One very important question that often is asked is, what are the potential earnings in that career? Now, this is something that keeps changing, right? So how do we keep a track? We can't keep a track of the exact amount, but yes, we do need to know a bracket of the starting, which will not be the same across industries. So that is a thing that we need to kind of keep a track of. It is a good thing to go and brush this up when you are counseling students, say more after, you need to brush it up more when you're counseling, say after a gap of 2-3 months. But if you're counseling students regularly, then it's easier to keep that in mind. The daily environment is something that we need to know about. This is where all the exploration that we did when we read about it, when we spoke to individuals in the profession, we spoke to anybody and everybody we could about the careers they are in, helps us. Because students often have a very misguided view of the daily work environment of a variety of professions. For example, children feel that teaching is, oh, I can't do teaching, it is so boring, same syllabus every day or every year. And I feel teaching is so exciting because we are addressing a new audience every year. And we have an opportunity to bring in creativity from so many aspects into that one topic that we taught in a different way last year, and we could bring in a whole new flavor to it in this year. You can understand that, right? Often students tell you that, I want to join the tourism industry because I like to travel a lot. They feel that everybody in tourism travels, and it might not be true. They might be just sitting and organizing travels for other people. So not every tourism job involves traveling. They say that, oh, but I don't want a job in the bank because I like to travel. Well, travel is now becoming a part of almost every job space. So these are the things that we need to know, and we can know these realities only when we speak to professionals in the workspace on a regular basis. Plus, where can students get internships? Where can they get opportunities where they could be exposed to the daily working of a certain job or a certain job role? If we could keep our eyes and ears open, if we could connect with professionals who would be helpful enough to have a small chat with the student or to allow the student to come and have a look at their office. And if you could do that through your network, you would be a sought out after career counselor. This is not mandatory, but it is a very good to have skill where you can actually help the child feel the job role that they are aspiring for. So try and do that if you can. And finally, to understand what are the opportunities that can happen in a career space where change is required, or how do we progress through a career. Now, these are informations that you need to give to the student. For example, in the hotel management space, if you simply pass your hotel management 1 year after the other, and you enter the hotel management industry, that's one way of doing it. However, if you are in the hotel management course and you're doing extremely well and you apply and get through the management training program, then when you enter the hotel industry, then your progression is faster and it starts at a higher level as compared to the other graduates who've just come from the graduation out of a hotel management institute. So these kind of information can happen to us, can be with us for us to give to the students only when we keep our eyes and ears open by talking to people, by reading more and more. Once again, education, skills, and careers are the integral parts, points that have to be addressed when we are speaking to students about our individual counseling sessions. Right now, it might seem that this is too much. So much of information to be gathered, so much of information to be processed and to be given to the student, and I might not have the time. How will we ever complete this in the space that we have? When I'm explaining to you, of course, I am going into the depth of it and explaining to you in detail. As and when you start to do this, and you're actually sitting there with the students, you will realize that with the flow, it all becomes a very easy conversation as long as you have the information within you. In the beginning, it is a wise thing to keep notes, and it's okay. One time you refer to your notes, you will remember them for the rest of your life. Or if one time you forget, then you go and research, even that you will remember for the rest of your lives. So, if you're feeling the overwhelm right now, don't, but take that as a motivation to go and read more, talk more, and gather information. It will hold you in good stead. All the very best.